Let's see if this live works. The other live, it got closed. Apparently, it violates YouTube's guidelines for some reason. Um, I don't know why. So we'll see if this one works. Let's check YouTube and see if I'm live. All right. It says that I am live now. Cool. Apparently, I was violating YouTube guidelines. I don't know why. I think my shirt is just too low cut, so we'll make sure I'm covered up because they canceled the other live. I don't know. They closed it, so it just ended randomly. But anyway, hello, I'm back again. Hopefully, YouTube doesn't just end the live again for no reason. Hi, people. All right. Hopefully, YouTube doesn't play me again. I don't know why. I guess I'm too inappropriately dressed. I don't know. We'll make sure that we're all covered up this time. All right. So you have a question. How goes your day-to-day routine during these dark times? Um, well, like I'm a college student, so for the past like few months that things have been going on, I still have my classes through like Zoom meetings. So my regular class schedule, we still had online like, Zoom classes. So my day was still kind of structured the same, and then I was doing like schoolwork and everything like that. So mostly I just was doing schoolwork and laying in bed and reading. So that's my day-to-day routine, doing schoolwork, going to my classes, and then laying in bed and reading, and sometimes occasionally filming videos. So my day-to-day routine in this dark time is very boring, very similar to my usual routine, honestly. But I would like to leave the house more often. That would make me happy. I would like this to end. I want to go to a restaurant. Like, I just want to go to a restaurant really bad. What am I currently reading? Right now, I'm reading Office Hours by Katrina Jackson. It's so good. It's like this adult contemporary romance about these two professors, and they are just they are amazing together. I love them so much. The two characters, Deja and Alejandro, are amazing together. They're so hot and sweet, and I just love them. So I'm really happy reading this book. And I just finished my semester yesterday. I wrote my last paper, so now I can just devote myself to reading this really cute romance. So I'm excited about that. You work at a grocery store, so you're an essential worker, so you have to stay like all the time, Alicia. How is that going? Is it okay? I hope it's going good for you. Hope you're staying safe, as safe as you can. What's everyone else's routine look like in quarantine? What do you guys do day to day? Hi, thank you for the virtual hug. I'm virtually hugging you back. Yeah, but you guys can ask me whatever questions you have. It could be book related. You can ask me for book recommendations, or you could tell me what kind of videos you want to see from me in the future. We could talk about random stuff. It really doesn't matter. So ask me anything you want. Yes, I just finished my last paper yesterday, and I'm so relieved to not have to do schoolwork anymore. It was stressing me out so bad. Like, hi Chandler. What bad books are you reading right now? I know you're reading something yesterday. The screenshots was crazy. So tell us about that, Chandler. Hmm. Maddie, you work in a bookstore. I've always wanted to work in a bookstore. What is working in a bookstore like? I always just like romanticize it like it'll be the best thing ever, but it'll probably be like any other job. I'd probably hate it after a while. What else? Oh, Chandler asked me, what am I going to school for? I'm an English major, so I'm going to school for English literature. My focus is like ethnic literature and like mythology. So that's what I go to school for. Very boring, very typical booktube. Where? Shocked. Okay. You're reading Fear Me by B.B. Reed. It's bad. Well written, but if you genuinely want to be scared of a love interest. That's interesting. I recently read, what's that called? Born Darkly by Trisha Wolfe or whatever. And I thought that the love interest in that was so scary. And I actually really like that book. So maybe I will read Fear Me, but I don't know. I'm considering it. Um, so Maddie is actually really fun to work at a bookstore. I've always wanted to do that. Maybe I should try it when quarantine ends. Apply for a bookstore, see if I get it. Um, how do I feel about natural hair versus relaxed hair? I have never had relaxed hair, so I don't really have skin in that game, to be honest. Um, I don't really care like what other people do with their hair. For me, relaxing my hair has never been like a thing that I'm interested in doing. Probably just because I don't want to do the upkeep, like, but I don't know. I don't really I don't really care all that much. But I feel like hair is your own like personal expression and stuff. So, however, it makes people comfortable. That's what's best, I think. Have I read Spin the Dawn yet? No, I have not. I don't really know all that much about it, to be honest. And I don't read that much YA, so I'm not like super up on what everyone else is reading unless it's like something like Shadow and Bone and all that. I don't really have an interest because nobody really talks about it. Did you really like Spin the Dawn, Alicia? Let me know. Perhaps I will consider it. Born Darkly was wild. Yes, Born Darkly is one of the wildest books I ever read. I I don't know. Born Darkly is just insane. Like any crazy thing that you could imagine happening in a book, I feel like it happened in that book. Hmm. Okay. What else? What are your favorite videos to film? I would say my favorite videos to film are probably like my what would I call them? I don't know, like my secret TBR videos. Um, I really like filming those. I think they're fun and exciting for me because this year I've been trying to like expand my reading taste and all that. So I really like doing like the secret TBRs and like trying other people's favorites and like reading on a theme and everything like that. So I really like filming those videos. Um, do you normally read as many books as you did in April? Kind of, because a lot of the books that I read are really short. I read a lot of romance, and romance usually tends to not be that long and not be that hard to read. And then I also read a lot of novellas and stuff. So typically, I can read up to like 13 books a month. It really depends if I read a lot of long stuff. But I don't know. I've just had a lot of free time recently, so I feel like the fact that a lot of the stuff that I read was on the shorter side, and I had a lot of free time this month made it like a good reading month. But normally it's somewhere around there. I would say my average is probably closer to like 11 books per month. Have you read Steel Crow Saga? I haven't read Steel Crow Saga, but I do have it. I think it might be It might be behind me somewhere, but I do own it and I'm gonna read it soon. I'm really excited. What else? Let's see. Chandler says, "What vids can we expect from you next?" Um, I have some more secret TBR videos coming up. I have a video that I'm really excited about where I'm gonna be. What? You're mad at me for recommending Birthday Girl? I never recommended Birthday Girl in my life. I've never even read that book. Oh my god. Anyway, um, the videos you can expect from me next. I'm gonna be doing more like secret TBR videos. I'm gonna be doing like an urban fantasy secret TBR video. I have some stuff where I'm gonna read some booktubers' favorite books. I'm probably gonna read some more weird books for you guys' amusement. So yeah, more secret TBR videos. I was thinking about doing one of those like book covers as outfits videos, but I don't know. It seems a little bit played out at the moment. What genre do you want to explore more that you haven't yet? I really want to explore fantasy a lot more. Fantasy is kind of intimidating to me, so I want to get more into it. Like, I really like fantasy, but it's something that I don't find myself picking up all that often. I'm not really sure why, but I just always feel like nervous to start a fantasy. So I don't know. But I'm trying to get more into it, trying to get over my fear of that. Because I feel like fantasy is just like, it seems so interesting. And I follow so many booktubers who read fantasy, but I just never read the books. It doesn't make sense. Hmm. Oh my God, you're reading Neighborly? Yes. Katrina Jackson is everything. Everyone should go and read Neighborly. Also, you guys should read her new release that just came out yesterday, Office Hours. It's about two professors who have a crush on each other and they're dating and it's very steamy and I love them. The tension is chef's kiss. You should read that for sure. Hmm. Let's see. What other questions are there? You're all about watching you review weird stuff. Yes. I'm glad you guys are into the videos where I review weird stuff. I'm glad you like those. I like filming those. I think that they're fun. Um, I've been like actually putting a lot more effort into my videos recently, and sometimes I have like a little Word document where I put like jokes and like wordplay and stuff into it so I can make those videos like actually interesting. So I've been putting effort into those weird review videos. So I'm glad you guys like them. You just got motivated to take your braids out. Yes, take your braids out, sis. Do it. What's the first book I remember reading? I think the first book I remember reading is Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. I used to love that book. I think I might still own that book. I think it's at my grandmother's house. I used to be obsessed with that book. It was like my favorite childhood book. It just meant the world to me. I liked it. It was whimsical. Food is falling from the sky. It was everything to me. I really loved that book a lot. And I like the movie. That's like one of my perfect comfort watch things to read. Layover was good too. I haven't read Layover. That's by Katrina Jackson too, for anybody that doesn't know. I haven't read that book though, but hopefully I'll get into it soon. Okay. What fantasies am I thinking about reading? I have a lot of fantasy that's on my TBR right now, like my physical TBR. So I want to read Red Sister by Mark Lawrence. I want to read Steel Crow Saga. I really want to read an N.K. Jemisin. I'm not sure what N.K. Jemisin I should read next, but I really want to read an N.K. Jemisin. And what else? I think I have the Witcher books on my TBR. I think I own one of the Witcher books. I don't even know if it's the first book. I might have bought it out of order, but I do own a Witcher book. So I have a lot of fantasy on my shelves that I need to read, but I don't read books off of my bookshelf often enough. I'm just like obsessed with Kindle Unlimited, so I've been neglecting my physical TBR. Do you ever want to write a book? I feel like I would consider writing a book. I don't know if I would be good at writing a book, but I would like to attempt it. I feel like it could be a fun experience to try to write a book. I don't know if I'd try to sell a book, but I might try to write one. I usually write I write poetry sometimes when I'm feeling particularly self-indulgent, but I don't know. I don't know if I'm skilled in like creative writing. It's not really my area of expertise. I'm glad you liked the pre-sketch. I really thought that I was like a comedy genius when I came up with that. So I'm glad that you appreciated it as well. Have you read any Penelope Douglas? No, I haven't read a Penelope Douglas book yet, but I'm planning to soon. I own two of her books now, so I'm planning to read those. And then you will see my opinions and thoughts on them soon. I think like that's the next video I have planned to film where I'm trying out Penelope Douglas's books. So you will get your answer to that soon if I like her books or not. Have you read any? What Penelope Douglas book do you recommend? Because I think I want to try Birthday Girl and Punk 57 first, but let me know which Penelope Douglas I should try first. Do not recommend me Credence. I'm not going to read Credence. It's not happening. Are you going to continue the Ice Planet Barbarian series? I am planning to continue that series. I really like that series. It's so dumb, but it makes me happy reading those. So I will probably read more in the series. But yeah, I don't know when I'm going to continue it, but hopefully soon when I have some time, I will get back to it. Do you use a book subscription that's not Kindle Unlimited? No, Kindle Unlimited is the only book subscription that I have at the moment. I'm not really familiar with all that many book subscription services. I mean, I know about like Book of the Month. Book of the Month's cool. I have an affiliate link to Book of the Month too. But Book of the Month is cool. Recently, they were trying to do like a Book of the Month YA thing, but that failed. So now they're just regular Book of the Month with the adult books. Book of the Month is cool if you want to get new released hardbacks for $9.99, which is like an amazing deal for a hardcover. But that's really the only book subscriptions that I really know about. Birthday Girl isn't bad. It's just too long. How long is it? Is it like, I don't know. I feel like sometimes romance books, they try to do too much. Like if a romance book is like 400 pages, it's too long. That's my opinion. I don't know how other people feel. But like a romance that's like 400 pages is too long. Birthday Girl was really good. It's kind of fluffy. It's fluffy? I would have never expected that because isn't Birthday Girl supposed to be about a girl like dating her boyfriend's dad? I would just imagine it's like angsty and dramatic. I wouldn't say that it would be fluffy. In my mind, it's not fluffy. But who knows? We'll see when I read it. Do you have an all-time favorite YA series? Probably The Hunger Games or the Uglies series by Scott Westerfeld. I used to be obsessed with the Uglies and the specials. I really, really used to love those books a lot. And I used to be obsessed with the Hunger Games. There used to be this other YA series. It was by this lady named Amanda Hawking. I don't remember what the series is called, but it was about like trolls and it was by this girl and she was like a troll princess. I was obsessed with that series. I don't even know. I think the first book is called like Torn. It's like the Tyrell, maybe like the Tyrell series, something like that. It's about this girl. She's a troll prince and she didn't know it. So she's like a secret princess. It has all of the elements that I really loved in YA back in the day. Just like a secret princess, powerful girl. She has like a whole love triangle. I used to love that series. I don't know if I've ever heard anybody else talk about that though. What's kind of long? Oh, Birthday Girl. Yeah, I do think that book of the month is really good though. If you want to get like newish hardcovers, it's like a really great price. 9.99 for hardcovers is like amazing. So I would recommend. Do I like comics? I'm not really like super familiar with graphic novels and manga and all that. I don't know. I really like it in theory, but I never know which ones to pick up. So, you guys can recommend me some graphic novels and manga and all that. The only webcomic I think I've ever read is Check Please. Check Please is amazing. I really love Check Please a lot. And I like Laura Dean Keeps Breaking Up With Me. That's a graphic novel. I read some of the Saga comics, but that's about it. I'm not very, well read. So you guys should recommend me some if you think that I should get into it soon. Is there a book series you don't want to reread because you think you'd hate it now? Mm, Maybe Twilight. I remember loving Twilight so much when I was young, and I still think about like that time in my life um very fondly. I really really loved reading those books and watching those movies, but I have so many issues with Twilight, as an adult, knowing more, knowing what I know now. I have a lot of issues with that series. So I probably would never reread it cuz I don't want to like taint the special feelings that I had for it back in the day. But yeah, that's my answer to that. So, Birthday Girl is like fluffy compared to other Penelope Douglas. So, other Penelope Douglas is just like really intense compared to Birthday Girl. Okay, I will keep that in mind. Yes, The Uglies was amazing. I'm so glad that somebody else loved it too. I feel like everyone just always used to talk about like Hunger Games, Twilight, all that stuff, but The Uglies was where it was at. I did get into anime recently. I have just been like, I was dating this guy and he used to always recommend me anime. So I just started watching a lot of anime that was on Netflix because of him. Like he got me into Haikyuu, which is like my favorite thing ever. I would definitely recommend Haikyuu. There's also this other show like Kakigori, which is about these people in like a school that's obsessed with gambling. I really like that show. It's kind of like really, really weird, but I like that show. I've been watching Death Note. Death Note's cool. The middle is really slow, but I've been into it. But yeah, I'm not like I haven't watched that many, so I don't know. Also, Carol and Tuesday, which is on Netflix, is really good. It's about these girls. They live in Mars and they're like rock stars or whatever. It's very cool. You should watch that. Heartstopper and Mooncakes for graphic novels. I really want to read Mooncakes, and I've heard a lot about Heartstopper, so I will be putting them on my wish list, and hopefully I'll get around to buying them soon. Sheets and in real life. Okay, I will put them both on my list right now. Best book that I've read in 2020? I don't know. I've already read like 62 books this year, so that's a lot. Low key, it's all blending together. Um, I really liked The Dragon Republic by R.F. Kuang. It was amazing. It was definitely a really good follow up to The Poppy War. So I really, really liked that a lot. What else did I read this year? I don't know. I'm about to check my Goodreads because I can't remember what I've even read this year. But we will get back to that in 1 second. I need to check my Goodreads to be honest. My Brother's Husband and The Witch Boy. Okay, I'm gonna add that to my list too, Monty. I trust your taste. What's a famous author's work that many people love but you don't necessarily care for? Um, what's that person's name? Andre Ackman, Akiman, whoever the person that wrote "Call Me by Your Name." I do not like that book. I know everybody or a lot of people seem to really like that book, but I do not like that book. It's very long, it's very pretentious, not shit happens in it. I also don't like the age gap in that book, but like that's, that's a me thing. But for me, I think that that book is long and pretentious and the characters are insufferable. So it just like I really do not get the appeal. Some people just like to see white boys clapping cheeks, and that's really not my thing. So I don't like that book. I don't think it's worth the hype at all. Can you do more Stephen Reads? I don't know exactly what you mean by that, but I would love to know more. If you could send a follow up, I would love to know what you're talking about, Julia. I'm a little bit confused. Thank you, Peyton. Have you read Ninth House? No, I have not. I tried to. I read like the first 15 pages of Ninth House, and they were like disemboweling someone. So it was very like, I don't know. It was a weird time. So I kind of just put it down because I wasn't in the right space to read about that. But hopefully I'm going to pick it up soon because I want to understand like the hype for dark academia. I want to know what it's all about. So I'm going to read Ninth House soon, hopefully, but it would seem like a little bit much. Would you date a girl? Yes, I would date a girl. I am bisexual. I hope everybody knows that. I hope everyone knows that I'm bisexual. I'm not straight. Never been straight. Will never be straight. So yeah, I would definitely date a girl. Yeah. That's the guy who wrote Call Me by Your Name. Not a fan. Taylor Jenkins Reid is just not it. I can understand why you feel like that. I really like Taylor Jenkins Reid. I think that her writing is very preachy. She always has like a very specific moral in mind when she writes her books, and so her books are kind of like preachy. But I still really like her books. But I understand why other people might not like her books. But they work for me. Not liking Call Me by Your Name is valid, but the audiobook is my jam. Yeah, I read like a physical copy from my library, so maybe the audiobook's good, but that story just wasn't for me. Okay, manga rec. I should read Food Wars. Okay. I feel like doesn't Food Wars like also have an anime? I feel like I've seen that on Netflix when I was scrolling. Oh, okay. More steamy reads. Yeah, sure. I'll do more steamy reads. I'll do like a steamy book recs video soon. If that's something you're into, we could do that for sure. Any books you would like to see adapted to the big screen? I just heard that what's it called? The Bromance Book Club is getting a TV series on Netflix, I think, or maybe it's a movie. I don't know what it is, but it's going to be on Netflix, and I'm so fucking excited about that. I love the Bromance Book Club. If you don't know, it's amazing, wonderful, fantastic. So, I would love to see like more romance come back on TV and in movies and stuff. I love romance and I would love to see it on TV more. So if I had to pick something, I would probably want to see like The Bride Test from blah, 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 blah. I can't speak. Why can't I speak? The Bride Test by Helen Huang. I would really like to see it on a movie. I think that would be amazing. And that book is kind of underrated, but it would be lit to see a movie. Yes, Ninth House is definitely very disturbing. Hi, Tatiana. We are doing a Q&A, so you can ask me any questions that you have. Yeah, so Food Wars, it does have an anime. I'm pretty sure it's on Netflix. So I will try to see if I can get my hands on the manga, but we'll see. Thank you for the recommendation. Yes, we're doing a Q&A. If anybody's new here, we got a few new viewers. We're doing a Q&A. You can ask me anything you want. My favorite graphic novel is Laura Dean Keeps Breaking Up With Me by Mariko Tamaki. You should read that. Everybody should read that. If you haven't read that already, you should read it. It's amazing, and I love it a lot. Bum, 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 bum. Monty, is Undercover Bromance better than the first book because the first book was not impressive? No. In my opinion, Undercover Bromance is not better than the first book. I feel like if you don't like the Bromance Book Club, you probably will not like Undercover Bromance, because the Bromance Book Club is like, I feel like it fulfills like a very specific part of me, because I love romance. So I love the idea of just people reading romance and appreciating romance. So that's probably a huge reason why I love that book. But the second book, there's like a whole plot about, there's just this whole plot about this girl, her boss is like a sexual predator basically, and it's about her like trying to expose him, but it's very weird. She's kind of weird, and she doesn't really respect like the rights of victims. So it's very strange, and it's supposed to be like a funny romantic comedy, but it's also trying to be like a Me Too movement kind of moment. It's very strange, so I wouldn't recommend that, especially if you didn't like the Bromance Book Club, because you're not going to like the humor in it or anything like that. So wouldn't recommend that for you, Monty. A book that you would recommend: Stolen Soulmate by Mary. Okay, I will consider it. I don't know what that's about. I've never heard of that before, so I'll have to check it out. But thank you for the recommendation, Julia. I appreciate you. Do you have a favorite author? Yes, my favorite author is Christina C. Jones. I love her. Every book that she comes out with is a hit for me. Even if I don't give it 5 stars, it's still a hit, and I always enjoy it. She writes romance. Who would have guessed it? My favorites are romance authors. But she writes romance, and I feel like all of her romance just works for me. I love the way she writes characters and dialogue. It's just amazing. So you guys should read Christina C. Jones. If you ever take any recommendation from me, please take the recommendation of reading Christina C. Jones books. She's very lit, and I love her. Have you read Call Down the Hawk? I have not. I haven't even finished the Raven Cycle series. I have only read the first 2 books, and to be honest, I didn't love them. I did not love them, so I don't know if I ever will finish the series. Maybe if I can get my hands on like the audiobook, I will finish this series. I've heard really good things about Call Down the Hawk though, from one of my friends, Gabby. She loves that series, so maybe eventually I will finish, and then you'll know my thoughts then. You missed what I said about Penelope Douglas. The only thing I said was that I haven't read her books yet, and I'm planning to read her books soon for a video. So you should let me know what Penelope Douglas book you like the best, and I will try reading that. Oh, you really like my speaking voice. Thank you. That's so kind of you. I have never considered reading passages in my videos, but maybe I could consider it. But I don't know. I never really thought about it before. First K-drama I watched? I think the first K-drama I ever watched was Hello My 20s. I really, really love that drama. It's very strange, kind of, but it's about all of these girls that live in a house together, and it's just about them like being roommates and doing regular roommate shit and like having romances and going to college and stuff. I really like that. But that was my first one, and I think my favorite K-drama is the one that I watched most recently, Itaewon Class. I am obsessed with that. It's so good. It's about this guy. He's I don't even know how to describe it, but this guy, basically, these rich people kill his father, and so he spends like his whole life trying to get back at the rich people by becoming like a successful entrepreneur, and then he wants to like overtake their company, and that's what the whole show is about. It's a bit strange, but the whole thing is amazing. You really, 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 really should try it, in my opinion. Yes, Monty, you should definitely skip Undercover Bromance. I wouldn't recommend it. I gave it 2 stars, and I'm someone who really loved the first book, so yeah, you should skip it. I did read A Princess in Theory by Alyssa Cole. I think I have a review for it on my channel somewhere, if I haven't deleted it. I filmed it a while ago. But I have read that, and I have interesting feelings about it. I don't really love the trope of like secret identity in romance because I don't like the idea of people building a relationship on a lie. So I kind of had like mixed feelings on it as I was reading it. And I don't know, like, I don't know if I was a huge fan of the ending, but I did really like the writing in that. And I think Alyssa Cole's a very talented writer. So I'm hoping to read more in that Reluctant Royals series, but I wasn't like a huge fan of that because I don't like the whole mistaken identity, hidden identity thing in romance. It's not really my thing. A book or series that I could recommend with fantasy and creatures. I would recommend His Majesty's Dragon by Naomi Novik. I think that's what it's called. His Majesty's Dragon. Yeah. It's about this guy. He's like a sea captain. It's like a historical fantasy thing, but he's like a sea captain. He comes upon like a dragon egg and the dragon hatches, and it's about him like raising his dragon, basically. That's essentially what's happening. He raises his dragon and he learns how to ride the dragon and stuff, and the dragon can talk. It's very fun. I really like that book. You should listen to it on audiobook though. Have I read the Expanse series? I read the first book in the Expanse series, and I'm obsessed with the TV show. The TV show's amazing. But I haven't purchased the second book yet, but I'm planning to continue it, hopefully like in the summer. But yeah, I have read the first book, and I really liked it. I gave it 4 stars, I think. Have you read any more of the Ice Planet Barbarians series? I have. I read another one. I mentioned it in my April wrap up. Is that what that video is called? Yeah, my April wrap up. It was like the 5th book. Yeah, it was the 5th book in the series. It's called Barbarian's Prize, and I really, really liked that one. It was really good. It was much better than book 2 in the series. I loved the characters and everything like that, so it was lit. Okay, my favorite tropes in romance. I really enjoy like hate to love. I really like, I don't know if this is a trope, but I really like when a character is like a single parent in a romance and then it's about them like meeting someone to ingratiate into their family. I really like that trope. I don't even know if that's really a trope or not, but I do love that. What other tropes do I like? I don't know. I'm bad at like identifying tropes to be honest, but I don't know. I like romance. It's romance, they're in love. I'll probably like it. Yes, I am doing my own jumbo twist. Thank you for standing. I appreciate you a lot. Her Fall Away series and her Devil's Night series. Okay. I've been really interested in dark romance recently, so I think I am going to read her Devil's Night series. I think that's the one that's called Corrupt, right? Like the first book in that series is called Corrupt. Yeah, I have plans to read that soon. So thank you for that recommendation. I have read the first book in the Reluctant Royals series, and I also read the one with the gay ladies in it. What is it called? I can't think of the titles. I'm sorry. Once Ghosted, Twice Shy. That's the one with the girls that are in love. Really, really, really like that. The first book in that series was all right, but it wasn't my favorite. You saw my tweet. Yeah, I really wanted to read the Mercy Thompson series because I want to read some like urban fantasy soon for a video. But yeah, I wasn't sure if like the Native American rep what's it called? Own Voices. Why is my brain not working right now? But it's not, most of the characters are not native except for the MC. Okay. I just was wondering because I feel like the cover of the book, it seems very like, I don't know, it seemed like a stereotype to me. Like the whole like sexy native stereotype and like with the feather earrings. So it always just like made me wonder. Have I read any Talia Hibbert? I have. I've read 3 books by her. I read Work for It. I read Get a Life, Chloe Brown, and I read Mary Inkmus. I really like Work for It. Get a Life, Chloe Brown. I enjoyed that. And Mary Inkmas, I was not a huge fan. It was not the book for me, but I do think that she's a very talented writer, and I love her a lot. She's an amazing person. Any book podcasts? I don't really listen to podcasts all that much, so I don't think I would have any like super valuable recommendations. I have heard about like the Shelf Love podcast. They talk about romance and stuff, so they seem cool, but I don't really know that much about it. I don't listen to podcasts. Yes, this bed frame seems very popular on YouTube. I'm glad we all have good taste. Love that for us. My favorite genre besides romance is probably fantasy. I really like fantasy. I was mentioning this earlier in the live. I love fantasy, but I'm always kind of intimidated to start like a new fantasy series. So that's my issue. I love fantasy, but I find fantasy like vaguely intimidating. So that's like my constant struggle. Loving fantasy, but being intimidated by it. Um, no, you can ask me anything. It doesn't have to be like book related. So my favorite, like my holy grail cleanser is probably the I don't know how you pronounce it really. Is it like CeraVe? CeraVe essay cleanser. I'm a put it in the chat because I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. But I really, really, really like that cleanser a lot. It's amazing. What else? Do I like superhero stuff? I do like superhero stuff. Mostly like superhero movies and shows. I like the DC superhero shows and I like Marvel superhero movies. All right. Shinigami Tesore. I will put that on my list too. Thank you. What am I having for dinner? I just had pizza for dinner, like right before I started the live. So I had pizza. It was very enjoyable. Thank you for asking. FF romance recommendations. I would recommend Bryce Oakley. She has a whole series about like female musicians in romance together. So I would recommend that. I've read Bewilder and Undone from that series, and both of those are really good. I would recommend them. What else? I would recommend Once Ghosted, Twice Shy by Alyssa Cole. Treasure by Rebecca Witherspoon. All of those are really good FF romances that I really like. Okay. Do you prefer physical, Kindle? I really like reading on Kindle. I think that when I try to read physical books, I just get like really easily distracted. I kind of get easily distracted when I read on my Kindle too. I'm just like, I don't know. I have a bad attention span. But something about physical books just like it never captures my attention. Like literally never. The only reason I really even own physical books is either because people send them to me or I just so happen to like really love that book, so I buy a physical copy because I want to have it on my shelf because otherwise I barely read physical books. So it's all about Kindle or audiobooks for me. Do 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 do. Yeah, this is the name of the cleanser that I use, just so you know, because I don't know if I was pronouncing it right. What made me want to start a YouTube channel? I just like to hear myself talk, so no, that's not the real answer. But I just talk a lot, and I love talking to people in my life about the books that I love and the shows that I love, but they don't always give a fuck. So I figured that it would be cool if I created a space for myself where I could talk about the things that I love with other people who love that thing. And so when I found out that BookTube was a thing and like people were on here talking about books that they really like, I was like, okay, this is perfect. I should make my own channel. And it's only been like really recently that I figured out, the kind of content that I really like making. And yeah, it's been cool. But that's why I started my channel, because I wanted to talk about books and I like talking a lot. And people in my life, they don't really give that much of a fuck about books. So I'm trying to give them a break from my constant ranting and raving about romance. I've only read one Jane Austen in my life. I read Pride and Prejudice like last summer for the first time, I think. And that's the only Jane Austen I've ever read. Probably be the only Jane Austen I ever read, because I liked Pride and Prejudice. It was cool, but I only read it because I had like an Audible credit and I was like, maybe I'll just listen to this. It's a classic, but I don't know. I mean, it didn't really do much for me. It was really good, but it didn't do enough for me that I'm gonna like read all of the books that she ever published. How am I doing during the pandemic? The pandemic has been pretty pretty rough for me. A few people in my family, my extended family, not like my direct household, have actually like got COVID. So it's really scary, like having people in my family be sick and not being able to see them and everything like that. So it's been like a really stressful time. So I can't say that I've been keeping sane. I've been really busy with school. I just finished the semester, so I'm less busy, but mostly I'm just distracting myself by writing my papers that needed to be written or watching a bunch of anime. I recently started watching Death Note, and I also just finished Avatar: The Last Airbender for the first time. I don't know if that counts as anime, but it's an animated show. So I've been watching animated shows to make myself feel happy, and I've been doing my schoolwork. But now that I'm finished that, I'll be back to doing all my reading and stuff. So I'm excited about that. Favorite cheap glasses website. I have never purchased glasses from like a website. I only ever purchase glasses like when I go to the optometrist and stuff. So I don't know. I don't have a recommendation. I'm sorry. You want to start Bookstagram, but don't know how. Literally, all you do, you log into Instagram and then you just post a picture, sis. That's really all there is to it. Like, some people are really cool and they have like their whole aesthetic planned out. And I kind of tried to be one of those people. For a while, I had an aesthetic going, but it was hard for me to maintain it. So I haven't been using my Bookstagram as often as I used to. But I don't know, Bookstagram can be a fun, like, creative outlet if you like taking pictures and all that. But I just don't have like a good aesthetic for it. But I would recommend, if you're trying to like maintain an aesthetic and like a posting schedule and stuff, there's this app called Planoly or something like that. You should definitely use that if you want to try to like plan out your content and make sure that your feed looks nice and all that. Yeah, I would recommend that. This is how you spell it. Download that app if you want to make your Bookstagram account look all cute and plan out your posts and stuff. I would recommend that for sure. My sign, I'm a Gemini. If you didn't know, if I didn't just tell you that I'm a Gemini right now, what would you think that my sign is? I don't even know anything about astrology or whatever, but I feel like somebody will have an answer for me. What would you think my sign is if I didn't just tell you? Midnight Gospel on Netflix. I heard another YouTuber talking about that recently. Who was it? Daniel Green, I think. I'm pretty sure Daniel Green was talking about that in a video recently. So I will check it out. Yes, people with consistent Bookstagram aesthetics are on another level. Those people are like really iconic. And I think that like another tip for maintaining a Bookstagram aesthetic is to take a lot of pictures in bulk at the same time. I think that that's like helps maintain kind of some consistency and like the lighting and like the setting or the props that you use. I think that it's good to take pictures in bulk and not just expect that you're going to be able to take like cute pictures every day, because every day the creativity does not flow. So you just got to do it all at once. You would guess that I'm a Virgo. Interesting. Scorpio or Libra? My best friend is a Scorpio. I don't even think I know any Libras. What month is the Libra sign? I can't remember. But my best friend and my ex-boyfriend were Scorpios. I don't know. I have a thing for Scorpios, but I am not one myself. I'm a Gemini. What do I want for my birthday? For my birthday, I want to be able to leave the house. That is my ultimate goal. I want to leave the house. I don't know if I need anything. I'm not really like a materialistic person. I don't really want things, except maybe books sometimes, but I'm not a huge fan of like gifts and stuff. It's not really my thing. Maybe I want to go somewhere, but that's about it. Yes, Gemini. Usually, I'm used to getting a lot of like Gemini slander when I tell people that I'm a Gemini, so glad you guys are supporting me. You would have thought Leo? That's really interesting. Was there something that got me into reading? My mom used to be a pretty big reader when I was young. She read a lot. She had a lot of books around the house. And we also used to go to the library a lot together. So she would encourage me to get my own books when we were at the library when I was young. So I guess that encouraged me to be a reader when I was young. But like, yeah. And then maybe in like 2016, because I used to read a lot when I was really young, and then I used to read a lot like, in 2008 and stuff, when stuff like Twilight and The Hunger Games was coming out. And then I stopped reading for a while I was in high school and all that. And around 2016, I got back into reading because I found out about like the reading section of Tumblr. Like people on Tumblr posting aesthetics and all that. I found all those book aesthetics and I was like, wow, books are so cool. Maybe I should start reading again. So that's how I started reading again more recently. Have I ever watched the movies? Watched the movies for what exactly? I missed it. I forgot. Let me scroll up. Maybe that will clarify things because I'm unsure. Movies for what? Oh, the Jane Austen movies. I have watched the Keira Knightley version of Pride and Prejudice, and that's it. But I really like that one. Yeah, I don't know. I really like period dramas, but I don't really watch them all that often because I want to see more diversity. I like watching stuff where I can see people of color, and there's rarely people of color in period dramas. So it disappoints me. I should watch Korra after Avatar. Hulu has lots of anime. Check out Fruits Basket. Do you think that I should read, or not read? Yeah. Do you think I should read the manga for Fruits Basket first, or do you think that I should just watch it? Which would you recommend? I would love to know that. Characters or plot? Definitely characters for me. If I like the characters, if I connect to the characters, I can deal with anything. I can deal with it if the plot is trash or if the plot is convoluted or I'm bored or whatever. Characters are what really pull me through, and characters make like a mediocre book good for me. That's why I really like what's it called? The Foxhole Court series, the All for the Game series, because I really like the characters, namely Neil. I really love him. He's one of like my favorite characters ever. I'm just obsessed with him. So I like that series a lot. But I think that series is like kind of poorly written and it don't make no fucking sense. But because I love Neil, it's good. So I'm definitely a character person over a plot person. What am I considering for my next reads? Okay, I have a lot of books that I need to read soon. I have a lot of arcs that are like May or end of April books that I just need to read so I can review them, because my NetGalley score is so bad right now, you guys. It's like embarrassing. I think my score is like 37, like my feedback ratio is really, really, truly bad. So I need to fix that. So for my next few reads, I'm probably going to be reading stuff from NetGalley, but I also want to read Guarding Temptation by Talia Hibbert because she sent me an arc. So I need to read that. I need to read what else? Meet Cute Club by Jack Harbin. That book is coming out May 5th, and it's an Own Voices male romance, and I'm super excited. It looks so cute, and I'm excited to read it. I don't know how many times I'm going to say excited in the same sentence. So after I finish Office Hours by Katrina Jackson, I'll probably be reading Guarding Temptation and Meet Cute Club by Jack Harbin. Female-led character that you relate to the most. Hmm, I don't know. I can't really think of like a specific character that I felt like I really related to. Hmm. I don't know. Honestly, when I read characters that remind me too much of myself, I don't like them because I feel like I'm such a boring person. So I don't want to read books about people that I relate to too much because then they're probably boring as fuck. Um, what else? Tumblr is really dead. I I like Tumblr a lot. Like, I know that Tumblr is a dying platform, which sucks because Tumblr was so fucking cool. Like, they really shot themselves in the foot. It doesn't make sense how they ruined such a good thing, but they really did fuck it up. But I think that you could transition to Twitter, but Twitter, like the discourse on Twitter is basically like 2015 Tumblr. So you really got to be ready for that like throwback discourse. But if you can ready yourself for that, I feel like Twitter's cool. But I miss Tumblr. I mean, I still use it, but I miss the way Tumblr used to be when it used to be popping. I really do miss it. It was iconic for a time. Do you have music playlists for when you read? Yes, I love making playlists. I make playlists. Blah, 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 I can't speak. I make playlists for like most of the books that I read. Actually, um, when I read that like Hot Priest book, I made a playlist for it. I really like making playlists. I think playlists are like super fun. So yeah, I listen to lots of playlists when I read. And I like making playlists, so if I like a book or I think a book has like a good aesthetic, I make a playlist. Libra is September 22nd to October 22nd. This is good to know. I'm really bad with astrology stuff. Like, I literally only know that I'm a Gemini because other people in my life care about astrology, but I don't know anything about it. Nothing at all. I think my dog is scratching at my door, but she's probably wet because my little sister just washed her, so I shall not let her in. Maybe later when she dries off. Okay, Shadow Hero by Jin Yoon Yang. Is this a graphic novel recommendation? I feel like it is because I think that Jin Yang writes graphic novels. I read that one graphic novel by him in a graphic novel course I had like a few years ago. That was cool. What was it called? American Born Chinese. I read that by him before. That was pretty lit. Okay, what else? Yes, you should try Talia Hibbert. She's really awesome, and I really like her a lot. So you should check her out. Fruits basket. Mm-hmm. All right. So the first Fruits Basket adaptation didn't follow the manga? Is that what you're saying? Perhaps. Yeah, I will try Fruits Basket. The other person, I can't remember who they were, but that other person said it's on Hulu, so I will check it out because I do have Hulu. Yes, Tumblr used to be so live. I love Tumblr. I still love Tumblr. Tumblr is still like my largest platform. I have like 6,000 followers on there. So I love my Tumblr family. They're amazing people. What kind of music do you like? I don't know how I would describe my music taste. I like anything. I really like indie, angsty, like white boy music a lot. I also love female rappers. So I listen to a lot of like rap music, and then I listen to a lot of like indie stuff, and I listen to all that stuff I used to listen to in middle school, like Panic at the Disco and My Chemical Romance and stuff, because I'm still a child at heart and They are the staples of my childhood. All right. All right, cool. So I think I will watch the anime for Fruits Basket, and then I will maybe read the manga if I like it. We'll see how that goes. I do not play video games, so no, I don't play Animal Crossing. I'm bad at video games. I have been bad at video games all my life, and they just frustrate me. And I hate being bad at things, so I prefer not to play video games. So no, I don't play Animal Crossing. What do I study in school? I study literature. My focus is in like diverse literature and like world mythologies. So yeah, I'm an English major. Who would have guessed it? Hmm. Okay. Shadow Hero. All right. Yes, Monty, you can judge me. I love angsty white boy music. It's just a mood. I be feeling things when I listen to it, so I love it. I am 20. What are you guys talking about? Oh, I'm pretty sure you guys are still talking about Fruits Basket. Okay, cool. So, are there any other questions? I feel like there's more questions that you guys could ask me. I will wait and see if there's more questions. Bum, 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 bum. What is this? Okay, sorry. My favorite mythology. I don't want to be corny and be like Greek mythology, but Greek mythology, I really, really love Greek mythology. I love studying it and analyzing it in my classes and stuff. Um, I just feel like the way that most Greek myths are written is just interesting compared to other world mythologies that I've read. Like Greek literature on their mythology is just fascinating to me. So I like Greek mythology a lot. Read the Naruto manga. Hmm, I don't know if I will do that, but I do appreciate the recommendation. I don't know if Naruto's for me. Like, sell me on it. Tell me something about Naruto that you think would like make me want to read it because I don't know. It just Naruto has never appealed to me. All my life people have been talking about Naruto and in love with it, but I don't feel anything even thinking about it. It just like it bores me to tears. So please tell me like why I should read it cuz I would love to know why you love it. I would appreciate hearing about it actually. Fantasy Rex for somebody new to the genre. Hmm. I would say read Kings of the Wild by Nicholas Ames. It's like perfect fantasy because it's not like super complex with the world building. Like there are some mythical creatures in it, but it's basically about these guys going on an adventure and they encounter some mythical creatures and there's kind of like a war going on. But yeah, it's just like a fun adventure fantasy. So I would definitely recommend Kings of the Wild. Uh, what else? I think that what other fantasy have I even read? I'm blanking. Just read The Kings of the Wild and then get back to me after that because I can't think of anything else right now. I'm so sorry. All right. You just got here. Thank you for coming. No, I haven't actually answered this question yet. Books that I'm looking forward to the most this year. I think the last book in the Poppy War trilogy. What is that trilogy called? I don't know. The Poppy War trilogy by R.F. Kuang. The last book, The Burning God, is coming out in November, I think. So I'm super, super, super hyped to read that. Um, there's also an Alyssa Cole book coming out soon-ish this summer, this month. I don't know. It's coming out soon that I'm hyped to read, but I can't even remember what it's called. Um, what else? I don't know. There's lots of romance that's coming out. I'm not really the type of person to like be all up on like what's coming out soon. I actually like to read older books and like people's backlists and stuff more than I like staying up on like new releases unless it's a series that I've been reading. So I don't have like a good answer for this, but I'm sure there's lots of cool stuff that's coming out that I'll be excited to read, but at the moment I can't think of anything. Not to be such a dad. I appreciate the question and the concern. I think that after school, I'm really interested in like marketing and I want to do an internship maybe with like digital marketing to see if I like it before I graduate. Um and I'm interested in seeing if maybe I could get into like copy editing or something like that. I feel like that could be cool. But I'm still kind of like winging it at the moment. Not too sure, but we'll see. I appreciate the question though. Which protagonist from a book you've read felt most similar to you and your personality? This is like a horrible answer to this question, but I feel like me and Holden Caulfield from Catcher in the Rye are like the same person. Like I think that Holden, he is a whiny bitch, and that's me. That's me. Like reading that book made me feel like, wow, is this really what I sound like when I complain about random shit all the time? So like Holden is definitely me. And it was annoying as fuck to read about him. So I realized that I am probably annoying as fuck. So it was definitely an interesting moment of introspection reading The Catcher in the Rye in high school. So yeah, me and Holden are the same bitch and different skin, basically. The city we became is excellent. I don't even know what that's about, but I remember it was getting a lot of buzz on what's that called? Bookstagram, like a month ago. Did it come out last month? I remember that it was getting a lot of hype, but I don't even know what that's about. But I need to read N.K. Jemisin soon. I have the fifth season and I have her entire Inheritance trilogy, so I need to read it. I just am like hoarding her books and never reading it. It doesn't make sense. The Poppy War. Yes, I love the excitement and the vagueness of this message. The Poppy War is amazing. Definitely read it. Yes, it's an amazing series. Okay. If any books could be turned into a movie, I don't know. I really want to see a Christina C. Jones book get turned into a movie. I think if I had to see, like, if I had to just pick one, I would probably pick I Think I Might Love You. I think it would be like the perfect rom-com, like the best rom-com ever. So I would love to see that be a movie one day. Um, but I don't know. I don't really try to get too hype about the idea of like movie adaptations because most of my favorite books they will probably never get adapted. So I don't like to get my hopes up about that. So I never think about it. But overall, I like sci-fi movies and I like romantic comedies. I really like teen movies. I don't know why. Reliving my past youth. I don't know. But I don't know how I would describe my movie taste. I also really like art house indie film. If it's gay, I'll watch it. It doesn't really matter. My movie taste is not very distinct. I'm reading everything for the medievalathon. And will have your voice in the background because it's so soothing. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like my voice. It's very kind of you. All right. I just scrolled past like everything that is being said. Okay. Author of Fruits Basket, producing this series. Cool. All right. I definitely need to watch Fruit Baskets. Clearly, everybody loves it. So if I will do it, I promise. All right. The characters really make you love Naruto. Kishimoto writes the emotions so well. It gets messy, but the emotional payoff. All right. I will consider it. I will see about it. I will. I watched the first season of Queen Sugar, and everybody on that cast is beautiful, and that show is wonderfully written. But I just never, I don't have that station. Like, I don't have cable, I don't pay for cable. So I just never think about it because it comes on like Oprah's channel or whatever. So I never think about it because I don't have cable. But when I did have cable, I was watching it, and it was very good. Yes, it's really good. The guy that plays Ralph Angel is amazing. He's so gorgeous. And the lady that plays Nova, chef's kiss. Hmm. My favorite book couple. Hmm. You always ask good questions and I never have good answers. Like, I'm sorry about this. I think I really like Kai and Esme from The Bride Test. They are legends, the best couple. I love them so much, and I would love to see them have a movie. That's my answer to that other question. Um, who else do I really like? I really like, I don't know. I like everybody. If I give a book like a romance, if I give it 5 stars, then that means that I like the couple. So I don't really have like a favorite couple. I don't necessarily like think about couples after I finish their book all that much. So I don't have like a good answer, but like Kai and Esme, they're definitely up there. Also, Alex and Henry from Red, White, and Royal Blue. Yeah, for sure. All right. And we both die, we won't be spoilers, 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 or anything. Okay, cool. Greek mythology is really cool. Hell yeah, man. It totally is. The Poppy War is heavily influenced by Naruto. Now this might be the thing that gets me to read Naruto. This might be it because y'all know that I love me the Poppy War. So, much to consider. I will consider it for sure. Wait, so Queen Sugar's on Hulu? I did not know this. Okay. I will think about it for sure. The Darker Shades of Magic series. I haven't read that series. I tried to read the first book and it was like okay at first, but then they introduced the girl, what's her name? Lila. And she just seemed like she was very not like other girls. And she was like, I'm just not like those other girls. I'm going to be here stealing and blah, blah, blah. And I just don't know. I don't like it. Like, be like those other girls. Girls are fucking great. Why do you not want to be like other girls? Don't make sense to me. So I didn't like reading from her point of view. So I stopped reading the book. But tell me if I really should read the Darker Shade of Magic series, because I'll consider it. Yes, read The Bride Test. It's very funny and very sweet. And Kai is one of my favorite like male protagonists in anything. I love him so much. A book I regret reading. Probably Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue by Mackenzie Lee. I feel like that book wasted my time like so much of my time, so much of my energy. It took me a whole entire month to finish that book. And I think I read it in like July of last year. Oh my god, it was terrible. Like everybody told me like it was this fun adventure book. Like what adventure? What adventure did they go on? It was not adventurous. It was not fun. I was so bored. Like and then it was a little bit fun like reading from what's the character's name? Monty. Monty kind of had like a good inner monologue, but then every time he would speak, he was just like so fucking annoying. Like I hated everything about that book, to be honest. It was boring. The characters were kind of whack. So yeah, I regret reading that book a lot. And that author, she's a bit weird. So not really for me. I wish I hadn't read it. Regretting a little life is a mood. Everybody loves a little life. At least I thought. I didn't know that people don't like it. For real. I mean, I know you said it was traumatic. I know people always say that it's like really intense and sad and all that, but I didn't know people like hate it. I would love to know why you guys hate it. That would be like a good thing to know. Not traumatic, just pretentious. Oh yeah, I hate pretentious books. I don't like pretentious books. They're not for me. That's why I don't really read all that much like adult literary fiction. Like it's just it's just boring. I don't really get it. I don't know why people really like it. I mean, some of it is good, obviously, but most books just feel like pretentious and boring. I don't like that. Yes, I should have DNF'd it. I don't know why I didn't DNF it, but I guess I just imagined that like it would get better because everybody loves it so much and everybody that I knew and respected gave it 5 stars. So I was like, it must be something that I'm missing. But no, I wasn't missing shit. It just was boring as fuck. What's too long for a book? I guess that really depends on the kind of book it is. For me, I think that like if it's a romance, if it's past 350 pages, it's too long. If it's a fantasy book, I think that if it's past like 700 pages, it's probably too long. If it's a mystery thriller book, if it's past 400 pages, it's way too long. I think it really depends on like what the genre is. And for a book like let's say A Little Life, that's the one reason I haven't read A Little Life because it seems like it's a really long book, but it's like one of those character driven like introspective kind of novels, which doesn't make sense to be a long book. Like books like that don't need to be long as fuck. So I think that it really depends on the kind of book it is and what it's trying to do as a book. So it depends. About to start Chain of Gold and I'm shook. I have only read like one book in the entire Shadowhunter universe, and that's Clockwork Angel. So I don't know anything about Chain of Gold, but I really hope that you love it. Hope it's great. I don't know all that much about it, don't know what it's about, but I hope it's wonderful and I hope you have fun. Wait, she said her black character didn't know if he could call himself black because he had never suffered. Um, Let me just take a moment to process that because what the fuck? That's anything. Blackness is not about suffering. And any author who believes that blackness is inherently tied to suffering sucks. So that's my take on that. Yeah, that's whack. Very, very whack. Um, a mess. Like honestly, that's why I hate seeing black characters written by people who are not black. It just bothers me. Like, just don't do it. Honestly, I would prefer people to just write white characters. I think Yana, what's her name? Hanya Yanagihara is obviously not a white person. That's not a white name. But I feel like black people just are written so poorly in literature. Like, if you aren't black, I don't trust you. That's just it for me. I really love Magnus and Alec, but mostly just because I watched the Shadowhunters TV show. And before everyone talk about how horrible this show is, I know that it's bad, but I liked it anyway. I love shows that are kind of bad, like so bad that it could kind of be good. And I feel like Harry Shum Jr. and what's his name? Matthew Daddario were like the perfect Magnus and Alec, and they just were nice to look at. So I appreciated them on that show. Who is trash? I don't know who we're talking about. Are we talking about Hanya Yanagihara or somebody else? I don't know. but I'm gonna agree with you. They're trash. Just first place I'm going after quarantine. I am going to my favorite pho place, and I'm gonna convince my ex-boyfriend to take me there because I don't drive, but he needs to take me to that pho place because I've been craving pho the whole time, and I can't find a place to deliver pho to my house. So yes, I'm forcing him to take me to get pho. Yup, yup, and that's all I have to say on that. Yes, I think that the Shadowhunters show is so good. Like nobody believes me. I think that the first season is like very cringy. Like the dialogue is very cringy. But once they get past all that horribly written dialogue, it's actually a good show, but nobody agrees with me. I think that it really slaps. No, my beauty supply store is not open. It hasn't been open for months. I just so happen to like hoard this braiding hair because I know that I'm gonna do my own hair. So I usually just buy a lot and I never know how much I'm gonna use. And at my local beauty supply store, like a pack of hair is only like $1.99. So I usually just buy in bulk and I happen to have extra. So I decided that I was gonna do my hair today. And I'm almost finished. I need to do like 2 more braids, I think, and then I'll be completely done. How exciting is that? Yes, I should read The Darker Shades of Magic and The Lunar Chronicles. It's like Expanse meet Once Upon a Time. Now, that is an interesting comparison. I never would have imagined The Expanse combined with Once Upon a Time, but that sounds kind of interesting. I'll think about it. I watched the first season or two of The 100 and I liked it, kind of, but I got a little bit bored. You know, what's her name? The main character, Clark. She seems like she's a bad bitch and all that, but she just seemed pushy and like I just didn't love it. I didn't love it. It was just like she was annoying to me for a while. I didn't like the whole, I don't know. Clark just annoyed me. She seemed like she's probably a bad bitch. I'm so happy that she's got things on lock on the new earth or whatever, but she was annoying. She was getting on my nerves. So it was a struggle for me. After quarantine, you're making a trip to the bookstore downtown. I love that for you. What's the first book you're gonna buy? Uh, do, 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 do. Thank you. You're so nice. The first season is most like the book, but I agree the later seasons definitely slap. They sure do. They sure do. Yes, my beauty supply store in my area is amazing. It's wonderful. I don't know. I never imagined like I live in a city that I would say is like predominantly black, or the black population is like very large. So I never have trouble finding like the things that I need. But sometimes, like, I'll see on social media, like people from the UK, they're struggling to find like hair products and stuff like that. And that makes me so sad to think about. Like, I don't know. I hope that you guys can find like the hair products that you need and stuff because that sucks. I can't imagine what that would be like to not be able to like get stuff for your hair to take care of it. I do not have Audible Escape. Audio recommendations in general. Um I always recommend the audiobook for Daisy Jones and the Six because I think that's like the best way to read that book, and I think that's the best audiobook I've ever listened to. Um, I also really like the audiobook for Josh and Hazel's Guide to Not Dating by Christina Lauren. That audiobook is pretty lit. I really like the male narrator in that. He was cool. What else? What other audiobooks do I like? Um, hmm. I really like the audiobook for Getting Schooled by Christina C. Jones. That's like a teacher student hate to love thingy, kind of sorta. I really like that. Um, what else? I don't know. Most audiobooks they just kind of blend together unless it's like really really bad. So I don't have any specific recommendations, but I don't have Audible Escape. I'm sorry about that. I can't help. My favorite dark romance is Menace by J.M. Darhauer, for sure. It's so good. Oh my god. Yes. I love Menace. I love the main character. What's his name? Lorenzo? He is everything. Everything to me. I love him so much. Menace is about this girl, and she's trying to find her child. Her child has been like kidnapped. So she's trying to find her kid, and she also meets this dude, and she like steals his stuff, and he is like a mob boss person, so he's mad that she stole his stuff. So he's trying to hunt her down, and then once he hunts her down, they start liking each other and stuff. So it's just like a mob mafia kind of romance, and I love the dude Lorenzo. So read Menace by J.M. Darhauer. Season 1 of The 100 was great, but the other seasons weren't for me. Yeah, I really liked the first season, but Clark just got a little bit annoying to me after a while. And so did Bellamy. And I really liked Bellamy. But when Bellamy started getting on my nerves, I was just like, all right, that's it. We're going to hang it up. I have not read any L.J. Shin. I think I might read her one book. What's it called? Vicious. I might be reading that soon, but I don't know. I think if her books are on Kindle Unlimited, I might try them soon, but haven't tried it yet. Yes, when you live in like a predominantly black area, I think it's much easier to get hair products. I have read A Lesson in Thorns. I don't know if I would say that that's a good book, but I liked it because they had an orgy in it, and I just thought that the orgy was a bit iconic to me, so I really liked it for that reason. But I can't say that it was like a great book, but I did find it appealing, yes. Ooh, I really liked Crier's War. You should totally buy that. I think it will be a good purchase, and you will have fun. It's a very good book. I'm excited for the next book in that series. I don't know when it's coming out, but it'll probably be great. Oh shit, I thought I was finished. No, there's more hair back here. Damn it. Where is the last thing? Reading Gods of Jaden's Shadow at the moment, and it's fabulous so far. I'm really glad to hear that. I have the book on my nightstand back there, so I'm excited to try it soon. You love the Outlander series. Why are the books 900 pages though? Like, do you think that the book really needs to be 900 pages to be good? Do you think that that's really true? Like, I'm just asking. I'm not like judging you or anything. Because I think that most books do not need to be that long. And if the book is that long, I think that the author needs a better editor. Like, that's why I have issues with Crescent City by Sarah J. Maas, because there's absolutely no reason for the book to be as long as it is. It's like the length just doesn't make sense. The plot, the payoff is not worth 800 pages per book. It just doesn't make sense. But maybe it makes sense in the Outlander series. I've never read it. Who knows? Holy Grail Deep Conditioner. I don't know. My hair routine is like very basic. I use the most basic stuff on my hair. I use a conditioner called Tresemme. It's from Tresemme. It's called like Curl Hydrate. I use that in my hair, and if I want a deep condition, I'll just leave that in, and I'll put like some coconut oil on top of it, and then I'll put a shower cap on to like let it heat up and soak into my hair. And then that's like the end of the story for me. I don't have a specific deep conditioner that I use because I try to keep my like monthly hair product costs down, because hair products be costing a lot of fucking money for no reason. So my style is very basic. I just use Tresemme. If I want a deep condition, I just leave it in for a long time, and that's it. Yeah, like I think that something can be enjoyable but not be a good book. Like something could be really enjoyable but be a bad book. So that's my take. That's my thoughts on it, Monty. You can judge me if you want. Supernatural romance wreck that doesn't have annoying leads or a problematic plot. I don't know if you will ever find that, my friend, because most supernatural romances are problematic in some way. Or they're like super possessive and stuff like that. So most supernatural romances have weird shit in it like that. I think if I could recommend any, I would maybe say Darkling by Brooklyn Ray. It's about two witches and they are like a part of the same coven. And the main character is like a trans man. And I think it's just a romance between him and the dude that he likes. But yeah, it's like supernatural. They're witches. And I don't think that their romance is problematic. I think the plot is about him like being a necromancer or something. So if you consider necromancy problematic, then maybe. But what's this? You live in Atlanta and a lot of beauty supply stores are open. I heard that Atlanta was like opening up the state and like reopening all the stores and stuff soon. I don't think that my city has done that yet. But when they do, the beauty supply stores will probably be open really, really soon. Ooh, okay. Look at that. Recommendations. So here are some unproblematic romance, supernatural romance recommendations, because I didn't have any for you. All the supernatural romances that I've read are problematic and old as balls, so I wouldn't recommend them. Any book you find yourself rereading? I don't really reread books that often because my mindset is just that there's so many good books or so many books that sound good out there that I want to read. So I don't really reread stuff all that often. I would say, if anything, a book that I've reread recently was Getting Schooled by Christina C. Jones. And that was just because her book, like, it finally got an audiobook. She's been like, what's it called? Producing audiobooks for all of her books. So I listened to it just because of that. But mostly I don't reread stuff. I'm not a fan of that. I like reading new books, finding new things that I love. I'm in the stage of a reader where you read 300 plus books, but it stays within the 300 range. Okay, cool. I think that using basic hair products is really good. You should do it. I'm jumping from topic to topic. I'm sorry, but we were talking about hair products just a second ago. And I think that using basic hair products really works for me. And it keeps like my spending down because hair products, natural hair products, be expensive as fuck for no reason. So you should just keep it simple, sis. Like if products work for you, just keep using them. I don't think that you need expensive or specific natural hair products to grow your hair or for your hair to be healthy. Yeah, I don't think that it's worth it. A lot of natural hair products are way overpriced and in the long run, unnecessary. Yeah. Okay. None of the Outlander books need to be that long. See, it just doesn't make sense. Like, why would a book need to be 900 pages? I think my best friend read that series, and I remember she really liked it, and she's obsessed with Outlander. But for whatever reason, she won't move past like season 2. My best friend is weird. Like, if she really likes a series, she can't keep watching it until like the next season comes out. I don't know why I'm talking about my best friend. I just miss her. I want to go see her. Like, can they please open up the state so I can see my best friend? Servant and Dove was fun, but it was trash. I know that a lot of people didn't like that, and I watched Cindy from Read with Cindy's video on it. But to be frank, I have no fucking idea what that book is about. And I have no intentions of reading it. So I'm sad you guys didn't like it, but It don't affect me. I will never read it. I have no interest in that. The second book is coming out in October. The second book for the Lesson in Thorn series? I thought that book already came out. You mean the third book? I think the third book is coming out. Yay, thank you. I'm glad you love my hair. I just finished it. I finished it. It's all done. This is how it looks. I can't see myself because my reflection is like flipped, but I'm glad you like it. I'm glad it turned out good. Woohoo. And I had enough hair to do it. I didn't think I had enough. All right. So we're talking about Outlander still. I'm out the loop. I've never read that series. I have no clue. I'm just making shit up because I think that book should not be 900 pages long. But if the author tries to make it realistic, I'm proud of her. Glad she did her research. Where can we find all the Christina C. Jones audiobooks? So I've been listening to the audiobooks through my library. My library has them on Hoopla. So you could probably request for your library to get it, like through Overdrive, through Libby, and all that. I would recommend that. Also, you can get them like on Amazon. Amazon has it. So yeah, that's where you can get Christina's audiobooks. Oh, the Criers War sequel comes out in October. Thank you, Julia. I was really confused. Yeah, okay. Criers War sequel comes out in October. I am excited about that. Thank you for reminding me that it comes out in October. Oh no, my computer's about to die. That's fine. Here's my charger. All right. Do you guys have any other questions? Is there anything that I'm missing? Let's scroll back, see if I missed anything. I got all of your graphic novel recommendations. I'm gonna try those out. I think I answered all the questions, but let me know if you have any more. And you guys don't just have to ask book-related questions. No, I have not read The Golden Compass. I haven't read anything by that author before. I don't know. They never appealed to me. But let me know if it's really good and if I should definitely read it. I am from Philadelphia. That's where my accent is from. I'm glad you really like it. Do I watch any shows like cartoons? Yeah, I recently just finished watching Avatar: The Last Airbender and I loved it. It was so good. It was my first time reading it. So I mean not reading it. What am I talking about? My first time watching it and it was really good and I liked it a lot. I've been watching a lot of like anime and like children's shows recently because they make me happy. I used to be really in love with Voltron for a while, but I haven't watched the last few seasons of that. I like She-Ra, but I need to catch up on that too. What else? I've been watching a lot of anime. I mentioned that earlier. I've been watching, what else? Death Note. I've been watching Carol and Tuesday. I have never watched Steven Universe. I think I watched like one or two episodes of Steven Universe and they didn't work for me. My Hero Academia is on my list. And I've never heard of Kippo and the Age of Wonder Beasts, but I will consider. I will look into it. I've never heard of that. I have no idea what that's about. have you been to Book Off in the City? I have not been. I don't even know what that is, but I'm learning something new every day. So I appreciate you for bringing it to my attention. I did hear that they're making a live action show, which actually concerns me a bit because I know that everybody hated like the live action movie. So I wonder if they're going to hate the live action show too, or if I'm going to hate the live action show. I feel like fantasy, especially like magical type fantasy, the kind of fantasy that ATLA is, like I think that it should just be in animated form. That's just my opinion, personally. I think that like magic and stuff, I feel like it just comes across better in animation than it does in live action. And I think that CGI, like, it's just always gonna look more corny than watching really good animation. That's just my opinion on that. So I think that they should make a live action, to be honest. But we'll see. Hopefully it'll be good. I've heard a lot about Alona Andrews. She writes paranormal romance and stuff. So thank you for recommending the Hidden Legacy series. I will check it out for sure. I I might try Steven Universe. I might try it, but I don't know. I don't know because it just seems like there's so many seasons and there's so many episodes per season. And just the idea of having to watch all of them is intimidating to me. So I don't know if I will ever watch Steven Universe. But if I ever do, I will be sure to get back to you, Tatiana, because I'm sure it'll be great. But I'm just lazy. I should watch Adventure Time. I have watched Adventure Time. I love Adventure Time. I used to really like the regular show too. Regular show was so lit. I used to love what's it called? The Life of Gumball, whatever that show's called. I used to love that. Anything that came on Cartoon Network, I was watching it. I loved that. The same people who did the cartoon for Avatar are on the live action team. Okay, that's good. So hopefully it will be good. I think perhaps it will be good, but I just have my own opinions about fantasy, and I think I prefer fantasy in animated form than I do in live action form. But that's just like my personal taste. So maybe it'll be really lit. Hopefully it will be. The episodes are really short. How short is really short? Are they like 15 minutes? Maybe like 10 minutes. You know, like SpongeBob episodes are like only like 10 minutes long. Maybe it's like that. What were your favorite shows like as a kid? I'm asking you guys. Nobody asked me that. But like, what were your favorite shows as a kid? My favorite shows, I think most of them were like Cartoon Network shows. Like, I was really obsessed with Courage the Cowardly Dog and like Codename Kids Next Door and what's it called? The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy was my shit. I loved Mandy like a legend, an icon. Um, I really miss watching cartoons. That's why I've been watching cartoons and like anime again recently because it's just so fun and like relaxing to watch animated people do stuff on screen. Hmm. Favorites were Gargoyles and X-Men, the animated series. I really liked X-Men too. And I liked the Batman TV show. That show was lit. Yes, Rocco's Modern Life. Oh my god, Totally Spies was everything. If I could have a live action version of like any cartoon that I watched as a kid, it would be Totally Spies. Yes. Yes, 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 yes. All right. So, Steven Universe is wholesome. Perhaps I will like it. I will try it. I'll see. Avatar, Adventure Time, Degrassi, and Everybody Hates Chris. Yes, I used to love Everybody Hates Chris when I was younger. Oh my god, that show was the best. And Degrassi, I was obsessed with the drama. I remember when I was young, everybody was watching like Skins and they thought that Skins was like the best thing ever, but I was all about Degrassi for me personally. Hello, White Elephant. How are you? Thank you for joining the live. Winx Club. I don't know if I liked Winx Club. I can't remember if I had any thoughts on it. But I do remember that the animation for that was really cute. I don't have a dream cast for Totally Spies, but I would love to see it in live action. I would give anything to see that. How have you never seen even a single episode of Degrassi? That is like blasphemy. Like, I can't believe this. This is absurd. Like, you're missing out on so much culture. I truly do think that you should watch it. Just for like Manny in what series is she in? Degrassi Next Class? Is that the one? Or Degrassi Next Generation? Whichever one that had Manny in it was the best season of Degrassi or seasons of Degrassi. I do not have Disney Plus. I have not watched anything that's on Disney Plus. Disney Plus does not like, I don't know. I just don't love Disney enough to want to pay for a subscription service for it. Any Disney show or movie that I liked it at the time, and that's it. And I'm done with it. And I don't really need to revisit it. I don't have that many like Disney shows that meant a whole lot to me, except for maybe like The Proud Family. I would love to watch The Proud Family. Maybe I will consider Disney Plus if The Proud Family is on it. Oh my God, I used to love Dora. I can't imagine Dora being good trying to watch it like as an adult, but I used to love Dora. I used to swear I could speak Spanish, but Skins was the highlight of her emo middle school phase. I watched a few episodes of Skins. Like, I used to watch it sometimes when I was feeling like being rebellious and watching something inappropriate, but I don't know. Skins just never did it for me the way that Degrassi did. I love people on Degrassi, and I feel like everybody on Skins just looked unwashed, and it upset me to look at them, so I never did. Oh my God, you too, Angel Princess. You never seen Degrassi. I think that you should give it a try. Just like a brief try. I recommend it. My favorite Degrassi character was Manny. Manny was the baddest bitch. Like, I loved her so much. I modeled like so much of my personality after her. She was a legend, an icon. I loved her. She was my fave for sure. My favorite kind of pizza is cheese pizza. Very, very basic. I don't really like pizza that much, to be honest, but I'm just very basic when it comes to pizza. I don't like meat on my pizza. Sometimes I like vegetable pizza. Vegetable pizza can be good, but it depends on where you get it from. But I don't know. Don't really have a favorite. Yes, my favorite was definitely Manny. Manny, a legend, a bad bitch, iconic. You like The Mandalorian. Oh, that's on Disney Plus? Yeah, I'm dumb. Yeah, that's on Disney Plus. All I ever saw was like the memes of Baby Yoda, but I still don't know what The Mandalorian is about. So I just never decided to watch it. But Baby Yoda does look cute, so I'm glad that you enjoy that show. Yes, I'm an adult. How old do you guys think I am? I am an adult human. Imagine if I was a child. Like, my whole channel is about me like reading smut. Why would you subscribe to me, a child, reading smut? That's not a good look. The Proud Family isn't even on Disney Plus. See, that's why I knew that I didn't need to have Disney Plus. Not worth it at all. I am sick of quarantine. Like, I'm not even the type of person who did a lot of stuff and like I go out all the time and I'm like super active or anything like that. But I just hate not being able to like go to restaurants or like go to my favorite coffee shop and like bookstores and stuff like that. I just miss like all my little routines and all the stuff I used to do to treat myself. It's like very annoying. Yes, the people on Skins look unwashed to me and it upset me. So I never could do it. I never could wash it. Like they just always constantly look like they was just rolling out of bed. It's not a look. Not at all. Yes. The Proud Family is the best show. Literally my favorite show that was ever on Disney. I love The Proud Family. The Proud Family and That's So Raven were the best shows that Disney ever had, and you could quote me on that. No, I am not 16. Yes, you're very close. Perfect storms. Uh, you miss your friends. I miss my friends too. I really want to visit my best friend so bad, but I won't do that obviously because that would be unsafe. But I would love to see her. I haven't seen her in so long, and it's like physically painful for me right now. Your free trial lasted for 2 months? That's kind of lit. You really won there. I'm happy for you. I used to watch Shameless. I stopped watching Shameless at like season 8, I think. I think I stopped watching Shameless like the season before Fiona's character left. I just I I don't know. Like Shameless just got on my nerves after a while. It's like how many times can you watch these people make the same dumb decisions? Like Fiona constantly ruined her life making the same dumb decision. It was tired. I was sick of seeing it. But I did really used to love Shameless a few years ago. But after a while I just got so tired of it. But it did used to be good. I did used to love it. My favorite season of Siren. Um, I am still watching it. Right now, we're on like season 3, but it's one of those shows where they separate each season by like season 1A and then season 1B and all that. So I don't know how I would say it, but probably season 2. I think that season 2 was like the most eventful season of Siren, and that's everybody when like the thruple happened and Ben and Maddie and Rin all got together. And I love the scene where like they kiss for the first time. It's just so sweet and I love it. So Siren is lit. And I thought that that season there was like a lot of world building with the mythology of the mermaids. So I really like season 2. So far, I don't like season 3 that much because Ben is getting on my nerves a lot. He's so annoying. The worst. Okay, a funny story. The other day I asked a girl out of my dreams. What? Oh, out the girl of my dreams. I can't read. Did y'all see how illiterate I was just then? I was reading it all wrong. All right. I had called her over and he told her she was arrested. Then I came out with a sign that said I would be pleased if you were my partner in crime. And I gave her self-care stuff so she could calm down after I ruined her day. What? My friend, what? I hope that's not true. I hope that was a strange dream that you just had because that's very strange, very weird, very strange indeed. Legacies. I don't even know what that is. Is that like the continuation of the Vampire Diaries and the originals? I haven't watched that. I I just I don't know. Like they kind of need to let that series die in my opinion. But I think Legacies has all new characters, so I've heard some people like it, but I probably will not watch it. But I did like the originals when that was coming on. So that story is true. You really got somebody pulled over as like a way to ask them out. That was really a bad decision, sir. It was really the worst decision you could have made. Like, do I miss high school? I was one of those weird people who was like friends with all of my teachers, and my teachers were just like really cool. So I like talking to my teachers, and me and like my best friends, we used to spend a lot of time in like our history teacher's class because he was such a cool person and he was like a really great mentor. So sometimes I miss like my teachers and my mentor and stuff, but I don't often miss high school. There's nothing about high school that I don't experience in my life as like an adult. So so Legacies, it does have different characters, like for sure. Maybe I will check it out because I was worried that Legacies was just going to be like a continuation of the originals with like all of the same characters, and that would suck because it's just like it's tired. I'm done with them. So that's cool that it's different characters. Perhaps I will check it out, but I don't know. I haven't seen the Totally Spies movie. I do have Kindle Unlimited. And yes, you should update your profile image. But I mean, your profile image is very eye catching and interesting. But if you think you should update it, I think you should update it. I will support you in that decision. Yes, Teen Titans Go is the worst. But I do have to say that Teen Titans Go really seems to speak to like young kids. Young kids really, really like it. So I have to admit that like I'm no longer the target demographic for that kind of show. So I just have to like let myself live with the fact that I'm no longer the target demographic for that show. So if the young people like it, I will let them like it. But for me, it's not for me. I like the original Teen Titans though. Yeah, I will consider watching Steven Universe. Perhaps. A fantasy creature you would love to read a book about, but you haven't seen much of. I would like to read a book about mermaids, but and I know that there are a few out there, but I don't know if it would be like executed super well as a book. I can't imagine a mermaid book being like really good. But I feel like I like watching mermaids on TV and in movies. But I don't know if like a mermaid book would work. I never hear good things about mermaid books, but I would love to read a mermaid book. If you have any recommendations, let me know. Now, wait a minute. The original seemed like an interesting show till I heard the black man was dating his aunt. See, I don't know about all that. Wait a minute, let me think. Hold on a second. Marcellus was dating his aunt? What did I miss? Oh, he's like dating Rebecca, or he likes Rebecca, I think. It's been a long time since I watched the originals, but I think the thing with the originals is that the main guy, Klaus, and like his family or whatever, at a certain time they adopted Marcellus. So Marcellus is kind of like Klaus's son. So I guess that would technically make Rebecca like his aunt, but I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I guess technically, but I never really liked their relationship, whether they're aunt and all that or not. But I don't know. I honestly didn't even remember that. Now I'm like wondering if I even watched the same show as everybody else because I wasn't even thinking about that. Yes, Robin in Teen Titans. I love him. He's amazing. Hogwarts House that I belong to. I think supposedly the last time I did it, I was a Ravenclaw, but I feel like I'm too stupid to be a Ravenclaw, to be honest. So I don't know how that works, but maybe. Yeah, Teen Titans Go, I watched it with my little sister as well. And some of it is funny. Like when they have those moments when they like break out into song and stuff, the songs do be really funny. Like I have to give them that. The songs do be funny. Will I write a book? If I ever come up with the motivation to finish a book, yes, I will write a book. I have started like multiple stories, but I struggle to like finish them. I feel like I have concepts, I have ideas that I like, but I can never find a way to like, I don't know, like flesh it out enough to write a full story about the concepts that I have. So I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I really don't remember Marcellus dating his aunt either. But I think that Monty is talking about how Marcellus was dating Rebecca. And I'm pretty sure that, like, technically, you could say that Rebecca is his aunt because supposedly Klaus adopted him, but they really don't have like a father son relationship. They just like know each other. He was like his mentor at most, to be honest. I'm so glad you think I'm a comedic genius. I'm happy that you think that. My favorite animal, I don't have one. I'm not really like an animal person. I have a dog and I love my dog a lot, but I'm not really an animal person. So I don't have a favorite animal. Sorry about it. Bye, white elephant. I'm glad you had fun. I don't have a Kindle. I just use my phone. I have the Kindle app on my phone and I have the Kindle app on my computer. So I just read my Kindle books through either of those. It depends. And I'm majoring in English literature. Oh, your bookshelf is full. My bookshelf is not full. I don't really own that many books. I don't know. I'm not really like a book buying person, but I love looking at other people's bookshelves. Like when people have like just a wall full of bookshelves in the back of their video. I think that that's like so gorgeous. I love the aesthetic of that. But I'm not a huge fan of owning a bunch of books that I may or may not read. It's just not my thing. But hopefully you will get another bookshelf soon and it'll look great. So I think that's it. The live show's coming up on about 2 hours. So let me know if you guys have any more questions. But if not, we could probably just shut it down pretty soon. Maybe within like the next 15 minutes. Required reading that I actually enjoyed. I was required to read A Thousand Splendid Suns by Khalid Hosseini, and I really, really liked that book a lot. It made me sob, and it was so good. So, yeah, that was probably like my favorite book that I've ever had as required reading. Um, yeah, I think I've read some other ones, but I can't remember the titles of everything. Death Note, I really liked the beginning of Death Note. It was really good. I'm at like episode 20 right now, and I won't give any spoilers, but where I'm at right now is very, very boring. And like I want to get past it to more interesting stuff. But I feel like we're just stuck in this cycle of trying to solve the murder or whatever, trying to figure out who Kira is. And it's like they basically figured out who Kira is in the beginning of the show. So why are we still trying to answer the same question? We already know the answer. So it's a little bit boring right now, but I am going to finish it. I am going to finish it. I have read The Coldest Winter Ever, and I think that it's a good book, but I really hate Winter Santiago. She's one of my most hated characters. Like, I hate her with a burning passion. So that's how I feel about that. But it's a great book for sure. I'm so glad that you guys have fun and that you enjoy being here. Like, that makes me happy. I was worried that it was going to be boring or that nobody would ask questions. So I'm glad you guys came to visit me. I love you all. Yes, winter is the worst, but the book is good. It's a very well written book, a hood classic. I think that Sister Soldier is very weird for writing herself into the book, though. Like, she should not have written herself into the book. That was weird. I'm going to pick up Empire of Sand really soon. Like, really soon. I have a video planned where I'm going to read a bunch of stuff for my fantasy TBR. So it is coming. Hopefully, it'll be up in May or maybe June because I have a lot of videos planned for May. I don't want to overbook myself. Oh my God. Yeah, I'm going to read Empire of Sand soon, though. I promise. It's going to happen. I'm going to force myself to do it because Fadwa really, really likes it. And yes, I hope I like Penelope Douglas too. Everybody in the romance community seems to love her. So I want to be on the bandwagon. But yeah, I think that's going to be it, you guys. My throat is dry. I need something to drink. So I think that's going to be it. Bye, you guys. I love you all so much for coming. And thank you for 3,000 subscribers. You're all amazing.